Outside the Box tip of the day. Thanks for joining us today on YouTube or on Facebook. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our podcast, Baseball Outside the Box. Just go to baseballoutsidethebox.com. And if you can, join us on Stitcher and iTunes. That way you can get an update every day or every week when the show is up. So we would really appreciate that. All right, let's get started with tip of the day. Today's baseball tip of the day. First of all, happy Mother's Day weekend. Tomorrow will be Mother's Day, but let me thank all the mothers in the U.S. and around the world for always being there for all our sons and daughters. So happy Mother's Day. Hope you all enjoy and have a great one. Also, as a coach and parent, the question is, and the tip of the day, since it's baseball season and a lot of you are playing games, what do you do during a ball game? How do you act? What should you do that's proper, that helps your kids out when they're playing? What should you not do that may hurt your kids? That's very important. And also coaches during the game, especially for your young players, what should you be doing during ball games? Because that's the time for them to play the game, have some fun, make some decisions. Take some chances, make some mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen. Learn from those mistakes. So first of all, let's address the parents. Parents are a big support program of the baseball team. They're very important to the baseball team because, after the ball game's over, you're going to be able to talk to your kids. You're going to be in the car. You're going to be at home. You're going to talk to them. But more importantly is what you say during the games can really hurt a player's ability to focus, concentrate on what they're trying to do in a game. Baseball is already a tough game, as we all know. Hitting is so hard. We can take that skill. It's so difficult that, they need the concentration. If anybody's talking to them prior to them getting up to home plate, that can distract them. If you're talking to them during their at-bat, they can hear you, especially parents. Your kids know your voice, and as soon as they hear that voice, boy, that concentration is blanked. And I'll give you some advice here at the end and some science behind it that will help you. So more importantly, what can you do during the game? Don't say anything. Just clap, enjoy the game, watch the ball game, cheer. When a player from another team makes a great play, there's nothing wrong with clapping. It's a great play. Obviously when your kids are doing well, clap for them also. Now, as a coach, equally, you've got to be very careful that you're trying to teach anything during ball games, especially when they're up the bat or when they're trying to pitch. A common thing you hear a lot sometimes when I go to the ballparks, and we still hear it nowadays and we shouldn't, is somebody yelling to somebody that's struggling, trying to throw strikes, they're yelling, throw strikes. Well, no kidding. That's what they're trying to do. But that's not going to help by just yelling, throw strikes. What you got to do is, if they're having trouble throwing strikes, sometimes you may have to take them out of the ball game and explain to them, hey, just one of those days. We're working on in practice. We'll bring you back another game and you'll pitch again. Just give them that confidence that they're going to be back in pitching, but they got to work at it. So that's going to happen. But when they're hitting also, try not to say anything because that's going to take away their concentration. So as a coach, you could talk to them in the dugout. When on a defensive situation, they come in, maybe they did a cutoff and relay incorrectly. Ask them questions. Don't tell them things. Ask them what they were thinking. Ask them what they thought about that situation. But don't get into it too much. That's the time you need to do it in practice. That's when you work in practice. Take your notes. As parents, after a ball game, relax, go home and just enjoy your kids. Don't say anything unless they talk to you. We'll have a special section on that, tip of the day, on what parents should be saying when they are going home with their kids or what they should not be saying. I want to thank our good friend Dr. Bill Harrison, who just recently passed away. God bless him. Rest in peace, our friend. He is the gentleman who started slowthegamedown.com. His son Ryan has taken over. They've been working together for a long time. It's a vision program. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was at the American Baseball Coaches Association. I had read an article. I can't remember. It was in Baseball America or it was the Sporting News. Some article where Coach Dr. Harrison, the vision expert, had written about what you shouldn't and should say, what should not say during games, and why. Because it blocks the ability to be able to concentrate. It also can hurt your vision because your brain's thinking of something else. Your brain needs to concentrate and work with the eyes on what they're trying to accomplish. So I read the article. I was at breakfast at the American Baseball Coaches Association convention. It might have been about 10 or 12 years ago. And I was sitting with a good friend of mine, Terry Ayers, another Hall of Fame ABCA coach. And we were talking at breakfast, and I was telling him about this article. And lo and behold, someone next to me says, I'm Bill Harrison, Dr. Harrison. It was amazing. And I got a chance to meet him ever since. We've been friends. It was really sad to see that he passed away, battled cancer, but he was a fighter. The godfather of vision, I call him, vision training. So that particular article, I believe all coaches need to give that to your parents. Email it to them. If you want me to email it to you, my email is petercaliendo@att.net. Check it out. What I do is I email that article to our parents of any team, and that way they know ahead of time, because, you know, parents are just trying to help during games. They think, and sometimes they're not helping, they're actually hurting, and it's more important that they understand it from a scientific standpoint, that if you're talking to your kids, if you're telling them something about hitting, if you're telling them about their stance before they go up, if you're reminding them about things like that, there goes their concentration. Their concentration should be on that baseball, on that release point, on the ability to track and see the ball all the way. So that's the tip of the day. I hope you picked something up. Want to wish you again, everybody, happy Mother's Day. I'm Pete Caliendo. I'm the host of Baseball Outside the Box. This is Tip of the Day. Have a great coaching day, and we'll see you on the next day on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you, everybody.